The Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has launched the Electronic Physical Planning Process System (EPPPS) for the digital transformation of land administration, physical planning, and urban development across the state. As he remains committed to transparency, accountability, and continuous improvement, adding that it will keep investing in technology-driven solutions that make governance more inclusive, efficient, and responsive to the needs of the people. Speaking at the official launch of the EPPPS held at Victoria Island, Lagos, Sanwo-Olu said EPPPS will digitize planning applications, minimize human interference, reduce corruption, support environmental monitoring, and provide accurate data for infrastructure planning and safety regulation.
Later. With more people, with certainly more businesses and more activity every day, it's clear that we need a smarter way to plan and to manage our city. The old paper-based system, while useful in the past, can no longer keep up with the speed, with the scale, with the level of accountability and transparency that a 21st century megacity truly demands. If indeed we want to be competitive, we want to be responsive, we want to put ourselves with other community of cities, there are things that we have to learn and we have to change and we have to be ready to imbibe. The EPPS fits perfectly, in my view, with our Teams Plus agenda, especially under the technology and innovation, building 21st century economy, and a city that is resilient, improving governance and service delivery, all of them under our Teams Plus agenda. And so the EPPS was developed by Lagos State Government with support of all of our technical partners, and it is part of our bigger EGIS project, which digitalizes land administration, mapping, and data management across the states. Yesterday was very, very late. Today is the day we have the opportunity, because tomorrow we might have just lost that opportunity again. I've rephrased it, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. Tam had said it. We met them way back during the era of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor, 2005, 2006. More transparent, and for it to be more accountable. It will help reduce the delays, it will minimize human interference, and it will support us becoming real professionals. It will reduce corruption. It will provide accurate data for urban management. It will help with drainages, with infrastructure, roads, and planning. It will help with environmental monitoring. It will ensure every development meets our master plan, and it will help also keep safety standards. And really, for our citizens, this innovation means less stress for them. It means shorter queues. It means faster approval process time for them. And that's why we're in government, quite frankly. We're meant to make life a lot easier for our citizens. It'd be a shame on all of us, as Lagos State officials and professionals, if we cannot, at the minimum, do that for them. That's why we're here. So that indeed, when we leave, it will be said of us that, yes, life was a lot better. Things were a lot faster. Because the city will grow. We want it or we don't want it. It's not left with all of us here to ensure that at least there's a growth where we can measure it, we can see, and we can very well shape it into a nice, beautiful place that all of us will be truly proud of. And that's the difference. It brings about fairness, it brings about confidence in government. Knowing that every application will be treated on its merit and every development meets safety and environmental requirements. I believe this is where technology helps citizens and government to come closer. The EPPS is also in line with the President Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. Like I said, the idea was way when he was governor. Now he's president. If we start it in Lagos, we'll show him that, okay, it is here. Copy it at federal as well. Copy it at the other state level. Will he feel very well? Won't we all be happier for it? It helps the country to also grow better. And so by digitalizing planning, applications, and approval, it promotes transparency, efficiency, and citizen-centered delivery. It simplifies processes for developers. It will help them be able to attract more investment. It will speed up project completion, delivery. It provides accurate data, which is important, which will certainly help us as decision makers. Lagos will certainly be able to show that it's a city that is innovative and is supporting the national goals of inclusive governance. And so I want to, on your behalf, commend all of the officers that have get to the final points. It is not how long, it is how well. This is just the beginning of that journey again. The Office of Special Advisor on EGIS, the Ministry of Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, all of the various agencies under you, different lab, material testing, and so all of you, I want to thank you. I'm truthfully believing that, I'm thanking you ahead because you're deserving of that thing. And please don't disappoint me. I'm truly deserving of that thing, And of course, our partners, we believe in that it's a relationship that will be mutually beneficial, but more importantly, we'll see skills, we'll see knowledge transfer, we'll see growth in our environments. And so as we move fully into a digital platform, our government remains committed to transparency, to accountability, and continuous improvement. We'll keep investing in technology-driven solutions that will make governance more inclusive, that will make governance more efficient and be responsive to the needs of the people. The EPPS is, in our view, another bold step towards creating a smarter Lagos that we all envision. A Lagos where systems are digital, where processes are seamless, and citizens can access government services easily. It shows that technology is not just the future, it's already shaping our life here today. And the minimum we can do is to catch up with that future. When we say that Lagos is Africa's model mega city, it shouldn't just be word of mouth alone. It shouldn't just be Lagos that is known for entertainment, culture, and tourism. We also want it to be a Lagos that is the smartest, that is the most digitally implied, and that is the most ready to embrace technology as a means of evolving governance. And these are things that are happening in other smaller places. But if we get it right in Lagos, because of our sheer size and in number, it's an African success. It's not just a Nigerian success. That's why, I want to urge all of us to embrace this, to make it work. Together we can truly build a Lagos where order, innovation, sustainability guides our development. So once again, congratulations to all of us. Congratulations to our...
Also speaking, the Special Advisor on EGIS and Urban Development, Dr. Olajide Babatunde, described the launch as the fulfillment of a visionary journey. He said the Electronic Physical Planning Process System initiative would add value to land administration and management in Lagos State.
So what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu started when he was governor of Lagos State, which is what he has continued to advocate. I mean, some of his successors from Babatunde Raji Fashola up to the current governor, Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the electronic physical planning process system has come to stay. It means that from the comfort of your home, you can now actually apply for building permission without seeing anybody. So what we mean is that with almost 0% interaction, you can also actually get a building permission. You can certify documents online from wherever you are in the world. It means that even if you want to buy a property, you're able to do a search whether that property has an approval on our platform. So the electronic physical planning process system ensures that everything that is done by the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development and other agencies connected to the ministry would actually now do processes that are automated, that are digital, that are online, that are seamless, that do not require human beings. And sometimes when we need to do some analysis, the AI can actually help us to do analysis. Because we have different data sets that are now connected together. Data sets from the Office of Surveyor General, data sets from the Lands Bureau, data sets from NTDA, data sets from the Ministry of Physical Planning, both the Office of Urban Development, where you have the Lagos State Building Control Agency, and also the Office of Physical Planning, where you have the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. So never again, we will be confronted with the issues of backlogs, or maybe you're waiting long hours to see an officer within the ministry. This is the future of Lagos. This is where we want to be, because it's apart from the fact that it blocks loopholes. There are some of the government revenues that have been missing on a daily basis just simply because of human intervention. We're trying to block it. It also reduces your processing time, and above all, it also curbs corruption. Corruption, from the side of those of us that are working on the inside of the government and those who are on the outside. The systems are incorruptible because they give you real-time, real-life information that cannot easily be manipulated.
What structure are you putting in place to ensure that this is watertight?
So the way this project was developed, we're supposed to have fiber connection to all the 57 district offices. So 57 for LASPA, 57 for LAPCA. Considering that they are sitting together, that means that 57 locations are connected to the head office and also connected to the people. In the journey, there's up until where we found ourselves, we found out that there are different ways of managing technology. And like I said earlier, the plan was to have all these offices connected using fiber. But you see, the world has moved on. We have cloud service like no other state does. So we are working in the cloud, those at the same time as we are working on-prem. So, for those who want to sabotage the system, what would they do? Other than maybe they ensure that they cut the cable, or maybe they are not at their duty post. AI will just represent you. It's like that song where you say, "Ma fokuta roko me." Do you understand something? So for those who are not ready to move with technology, technology will overtake them.
Raymond Tan and Stephen Chan, the Singaporean partners and board members of LagosNet, who worked with Lagos throughout the development process, delivered testimonials on the long-standing collaboration.
Evolving from very early stage of engaging with Lagos State government since 2003 to 2009 when the delegation visited in Singapore. I believe Bola will elaborate further on that. But I just want to share from my view that I think across the world, Singapore has implemented this system year 2001. Okay, I personally involved. Okay, I can see what is the benefit that across to the whole country. We're talking about $1 billion saving, and we're talking about the turnaround time, productivity gain, as well as the basically also the cost saving, not just for the government officer, also for the developer and respective professionals in the industry. Okay, and to me, I share across what is to the benefit of the EPPS, because at time when I was advising for other projects in overseas, other country, there's always asked me
what is the key factor to have a success like Lagos systems, what you're doing. To me, it's very important because once you're across multi-government agency, what you need is leadership. A leader who believes and press on. And that's what I see from Lagos State's government too. Seriously. Being too many or just too many, I say that's so. Okay? I think for me, another things that I want to share with the officers will be that using the EPPS system that we launched soon today. I think do not fear about the technology because at times they are worried the change of the technology, will they take away the job or not? But trust me, technology, wherever it develops, is to give you, we call it a decision support tool to help you to decide and not to replace your job. It never happened in my Singapore governments. That's how it's never happened in most of the government projects involved overseas. And mostly they are all upgrade themselves to a better prospect in their career. Okay, so I think that's the important factors that I believe the officer professional domain knowledge is the one that drive the design of technology solutions that we are providing, and not the technology drive your domain knowledge. So that's very important to me. I think, and I share the other one is also to the industry professional. Okay, I believe they are all designed using the digital tool today. And they are, from my opinion, especially I have had a chance to talk to Tatiana from the AIM consultant, I think it's the same from Singapore or elsewhere in China when I was a principal advisor to them. They're all looking for it because why? They design a building or any constructions that they are using a digital tool already. Transforming from the digital design directly to things like the system EPPS, it will be a very welcome move to all of them because it's ease of submitting as well as ease of feeding back to them. So I believe they are clapping their hand and welcome this system to be launched. And I think the engagement with the industry, professional, how we use, how we submit is very important. That's part and parcel of what we're going to do on the EPPS Grow Up exercise.
Doing business. The study group also learned more detail about the CONNECT system and observe how this system can be adopted for their use in the Lagos environment. Last night, it was fortunate I was able to locate the listing of all these senior officers that attended the 2009 study tour. I believe these officers were the true pioneers who helped to drive the early stages of this digital transformation over the last 16 years. The partnership matured when Lagos State Government, Nova CityNet Singapore, and Innova Core Technology come together to deliver what is now the EPPS system, the Electronic Physical Planning Processing System. We notice there's many challenges, delay and changes in government policy, evolving approval process, challenge in retrieving accurate land use and base map across all the districts, and the need to align various agency and workflow processes. Yet, despite all these challenges, we arrive at today's launch. Prove that what we can achieve when commitment, cooperation, and technology converse. To His Excellency and the people and the government of Lagos State, I express my sincere gratitude for entrusting us with this transformative initiative. The EPPS is far more than a software. It's a modern platform for demand control, transparency, workflow automation, and urban renewal, built to serve government, and the citizens of Lagos. As I look forward, I am confident that EPPS will deliver faster approval, reduce delay, strengthen accountability, and support the greater Lagos vision. In closing, please accept my warmest congratulations on behalf of Nova Singapore and Innova Core Technology and our continuous commitment to the success of the electronic fiscal planning process system.
Also speaking, the chairman of Innova Core Technologies PTE and member of Lagos Net, Mr. Debola Adeyinka, described the project as one that required courage, innovation, and long-term resilience.
Exploring avenues and structures to implement this solution with both Mr. Governor and Mr. Deputy Governor. When they both assumed the reins of office, we were actually made to go through a fresh evaluation process in what at the time seemed to be unfair competition. But despite the grueling process, the system still emerged as, after 13 years, that it was still the right solution for Lagos State, and for this we remain profoundly grateful. We met some competitors. The second thing is that we met some competitors during the process, and following our award, decided to employ the strengths of the parties in collaboration to forge a path for implementation. A lot of people have worked tirelessly: business requirement design, planning, business process documentation, software development, testing, project management, hardware. They've had, for the last 5 years, almost non-stop meetings every week, week in, week out, meetings at night when nobody knew that anything was going on. And there was a lot of challenges. But I must tell a story of something that happened at the very start of the project as a learning point. The Ministry for Physical Planning and Urban Development called us for a meeting a few days after issuing a letter of award and told us that they wanted to see the system we were deploying. At that point, we were even yet to engage the MDAs for business requirement documentation. And someone said, this is already looking like a white elephant project. Well, I said that to say a good understanding of project phasing and implementation maps is foundational to any successful outcome. And I'm glad today that it's not a white elephant project. For those who thought it could not be done, this just marks the beginning. I need to say that when technology is deployed, there will be constant improvements, tests, failures, so it's not time to say it doesn't work. After 15 years, over 15 years of GSM, I believe you still have drop calls, service disruptions. And it's important to mention that when new technology is deployed, there's a learning curve. It doesn't mean it's not working. It means you need to learn to use it. And I think the collaborative endeavor that we have done shows that it's important for people to work together. As we say, shape. So that means there needs to be that collaborative endeavor, both in the private sector and the public sector, to ensure that this platform not only works, but that it serves to be a stepping stone to higher ground for Lagos that we all expect it to be. At this point, I want to again thank the government of Lagos State, His Excellency Mr. Governor, His Excellency Mr. Deputy Governor, the Honorable Commissioner of Physical Planning and Urban Development, and of course, the very amiable SAEGIS, all of our partners, Nova Singapore and Nova Core, our colleagues, ENL Nova team, physical planning, First Hightower, Silver Edge Consulting.
Stakeholders affirmed that the project has proved not to be a white elephant, but a credible platform built to elevate Lagos to higher economic and governance standards.